Welcome to Nature Nerding. Today, we're going to do some pretty basic nature nerding that you can do in your own backyard. You might be wondering what nature nerding is. And it's basically for people who enjoy nature but want to do a little bit more than just look at it. So nature nerding is getting dirty. It's exploring and asking questions and making observations. Simple as that. So I'm going to go get ready and I will see you outside. Let's go get dirty. I'm going to pay close attention to the edges near the fences because that's where most of the good stuff happens.
Looking at one of the cedar trees in my yard, and I could tell it was a cedar tree because it has this really unique kind of peeling fibrous bark. And I also noticed not only that it's covered with this vine, but that the vine was stuck really tightly. I tried to pull it up and it didn't pull very far. I noticed green spots on the bark, and I think that means there's either moss or algae growing on the bark, and that makes sense because it's in one of the darker shaded parts of my yard, so the tree, when it rains, the bark probably stays pretty damp. There were big leaf piles around the edges near the fences of my yard, so I started digging underneath the leaves, and I first found some new grass that was growing that you couldn't see above the leaves, and then when I dug a little more, I found a little what looked like a little pebble, and I picked it up. Turned out it was a roly-poly, and he was all curled up, probably because I just disturbed him, and then I kept my hand still for a little while, and he walked away. Found this beautiful spider web hiding out. Also found a lot of acorns, and there's no oak tree in my yard, but there's a big-ass oak tree in the neighbor's yard, so they fell over the fence. This is what happens when you don't mow your lawn, so gotta go do that. I also found some little clovers, which are always fun. And then there was this thing, which is weird, and I don't know what it is. At first I thought it was a shell because of the lines. Now I think maybe it's part of an old coconut shell that made its way out of our compost. I don't know. Spent some time looking at my peonies and thinking about how pretty they are. I also noticed some ants walking on them, and it turns out that ants and peonies have a nice mutualism where the ants are attracted to the fragrant wax, which they eat, and as they walk around and dig around for it, they actually help the peony bud open, which is kind of fun. So that was the corner of my backyard. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and more importantly, I hope that you go out and nerd around in your own backyard. And of course, don't be afraid to get dirty.